Hey, third grade, this is Mrs. Wood. Wasn't that video on the Apollo 12 moon rock absolutely incredible? Many of you know that a few summers ago, I was able to go to space camp, and I was out there at the U.S. Space and Rocket Center out in Huntsville, Alabama. And that moon rock up close and personal is even more incredible. So, what we're going to do for the next few weeks in science, since we have taught you all of the science standards there are for third grade, we're going to go back and we're going to review some of them in really fun and neat ways. And we're also going to look ahead to some fourth grade standards. I don't want to say that too loudly because the fourth grade teachers get kind of weird about that. But we're going to look ahead so that when you go to fourth grade, you will already have some knowledge of fourth grade science standards. After watching the video, what I want us to do as an entire huge third grade science class, we're all going to do the same thing. And what I want to know is, what did you learn? So we're going to do a strategy that many of you remember from Writing to Win. Now, if you don't remember, it's okay. If your teacher didn't get around to teaching it to you, that's okay too, because I'm going to tell you exactly how to do this strategy, and it's very, very easy. It is called copy and continue, and it is exactly the way it sounds. I'm going to give you the first sentence, and I just want you to copy it. Now, if you were paying good attention to Mrs. Johnson when she was getting you your Google license, then you remember how to copy and paste something. If you don't remember, that's okay. Just copy my sentence and type it out. So the first thing you do is you copy my sentence. My sentence is, there is an actual moon rock at the U.S. Space and Rocket Center in Huntsville, Alabama, period. Then the next step is to continue. I want you to continue explaining about the moon rock, but I'm going to give you some key words. These key words will keep you on focus. They'll keep you on track. They'll make sure that you don't kind of just go off and start talking about rainbows and ducks. You're going to make sure that you're going to include some of these words. That way you'll know that you have the important parts, and you will be able to include the main idea of what you heard on the video. Your key words are going to be Apollo 12, igneous, lava, volcano, color, basalt, and geologist. So here's what you do. You copy my first sentence. You done that? Check. Good. Now you are going to write at least four additional sentences. Additional because my sentence does not count as one of your sentences. You're going to write four additional sentences, and then you're going to try to use at least four of those key words. You see how the key words are going to really keep you on track and help you focus on the important things you need to be writing about. Now, let me say this. You're not going to just include these key words just being weird about it. So here's an example that I don't want you to do. There's an actual moon rock at the U.S. Space and Rocket Center in Huntsville, Alabama. It is Apollo 12. It is igneous. It is lava. It is volcano. It is color. It is basalt. It is geologist. Now, did you use all of the words? Yes. But did you use them correctly? And did your paragraph make sense? No. So make sure that when you are writing your four sentences and including these four key words, that everything makes sense. That's all you got to do to be on target. Now, if you want to go over and beyond, because I know many of you great third graders love to do extra work and you love to always exceed the standard. In my room, we call that Kobe. So if you want to Kobe your assignment, and if you want to go above and beyond, and if you want to be the greatest, let me tell you how. You are going to, after you write my sentence, you are going to continue with six additional sentences of your own that make sense, and you're going to include six of the keywords. There are actually 7 keywords, so you only need to include 6 of them. Again, it's got to make sense. And that is the strategy of copy and continue. Now, you know I'm not going to just leave you high and dry out here. I'm going to read you my example to give you some inspiration. Now, we know the exemplar or the example that the teachers use to show you how to do it, that's never for you to copy. It's just for you to understand how to do it. Here's my example. There is an actual moon rock at the U.S. Space and Rocket Center in Huntsville, Alabama. The astronauts from Apollo 12 were able to get this moon rock. It is an igneous rock. That means it is formed in a volcano. The lava from the volcano cooled and hardened on the surface of the moon. When a rock is formed this way, it is called basalt. This moon rock is gray in color. To sum it up, it was a really neat find, and geologists have studied it for many years. Kobe, and that's what I want you to do. If you go above and beyond, I want you to just scream out in your house wherever you are, Kobe! And your parents are going to say, are you okay? And you're going to say, yes. But I just exceeded my science work today, and I'm excited about that. Here are a few things I want you to make sure you do. First of all, I want you to make sure that you underline or highlight all of your key words so that your teacher knows which ones you used. Also, before you send it to your teacher, you grade it first. Remember, you know that you're on target if you have 4 sentences and if you used 4 of the key words. Now, if you exceeded, you know that you used 6 of the keywords and you wrote 6 great sentences. And before you send that off to your teacher, I want you to write at the bottom what you did. I was on target, period. Or I exceeded this assignment, Kobe, period. All right, so that is our science work for this week. Now, some of you still want some more work, and I love it because I got more work for you to do. This is optional, but if you want to practice being a geologist, then what I want you to do is I want you to go outside, grab a few rocks of your own. I want you to analyze them. That means that you look very deeply at them. You look at the color. You look at the texture. You see if it's a hard rock or not. You look if it has luster. Is it shiny? Is it dull? And then I want you, if you can, take some pictures of those rocks. It would be neat to see you holding the rock. Then I want you to include that into a Google Doc or a Google slideshow where you are explaining about the rocks that you found, and you will be a certified geologist. Well, that is science this week. Have a good time. Reach out to your teachers if you need help with copy and continue. Go back and look at Mrs. Wood's example if you need to know how to set up your copy and continue. It's a really easy strategy, guys. Send that thing on off to your teacher and yell, Kobe! And we'll see you next week for science.